here. RSX. Hello everybody, once again, thanks for tuning in. And in today's video is gonna be a pretty quick, pretty easy job. It's just going to be replacing the stock type of shifter box, because as you can see, it's got a lot of play. I'm guessing this one just has less miles than my stock shifter box. Also, I'm going to be placing the booth back here because I don't know, for some reason it got out of its place, and it's just one that I got off, I think, Temu, and I managed to fit it there, and I'm just going to fit it back on place. Also, I got some shift knob options. This is a knockoff Skunk 2 that I just sanded, and because I like the aluminum, the way it looks better. And also I got I think it's an SI or Type Art shift knob, something like that. That's what I was told. I don't know if I got scammed or not, but I don't know if I got scammed or not, but let me know down in the comments if this seems real to you or not, the real deal. But you know what I didn't get scammed on? This. I got a hybrid racing shift knob off of Facebook Marketplace, and I really like the feel of it. As you can see right there, I really like the feel of it. Let's dive into it. We're gonna start by taking this out. Don't be afraid, just pull this up. It's not gonna break. It's held on by clips, as you can see. And I'm just gonna pull these pins back, these cotter pins. I had already replaced these bushings over here. They kind of made a difference when I replaced them, because the other ones that I had, they were shot. See, it's got another one here. Just look at that blade, bro. That's crazy. Look at this thing. That's crazy, bro. All right. I wish I had a hybrid racing or Skunk 2 shifter box. That would be a nice addition to the RSX interior. Look at this, bro. Look, this is just crazy, man. Look, and look at this. It's way better. So this is gonna feel more crispy than this thing right here, bro. Look at this. I hate this, but this is just gonna make the shifting better. Can't wait to put this on the RSX now. Alright, so you got these 4 bolts right there. They kinda look like they are 12 millimeters, 14 millimeters. I'm gonna have to check that, and you're gonna have to twist this, push that to the side, and get a flathead screwdriver and just kind of pry this up. So yeah, get yourself a 12 millimeter socket like this, and you'll be able to take this bolt out, that one, oh my god, don't drop this, Daniel, third and the fourth one out, like so. So I'm gonna skip to the part where I'll take all the bolts out. Alright, so this is the last one. Now that I'm here, I'm also kind of curious to see how the other shifter boxes fit on the RSX chassis. So, because this is the RSX, the Type S, and the base model shifter box, they are basically the same. They're all the same. The EM2 shifter box is the same RSX shifter box. The the CRV shifter box is probably the same too. But what I'm curious about is if I put the TSX / Accord shifter box here, will the bolts line up? I also got an 8th gen Civic Si shifter box. I just want to put it here and kind of see where the bolt holes line up, just to kind of have an idea. I think that will also solve some of your questions that some of y'all may have. Hey, can I use Civic Si shifter box because I got an 8th gen LSD transmission, or hey, can I use the TSX shifter box because I got a TSX transmission. So we'll find out. Stick around. So yes, you grab a flathead screwdriver, you stick the tip right here, and you kind of pry it towards the left, and then you're gonna be able to rotate it and just pull it out from the side like so. It's kind of stiff though. All right, there you go. I was able to turn it the rest of the way and just set it on the side. I was having trouble trying to pry that up from here, so I just went ahead and stick my hand under the cup holders and just use my brute force, push it up like so, and it came out like this. So you might find yourself doing the same thing if you're having issues prying this out. But yes, here you can kind of see it more clear. The thing that you gotta pry out is this. This is the thing you gotta pry out upwards. So I'm gonna do that, and now I got enough clearance right there to stick my flathead screwdriver. Just give it the last pull right there. So this, you just kind of push back like so, and that will free up your shifter box. That's it. Alright, so shifter box officially free. Now I just gotta find a way how to take this out without removing the panels, if I'm able to. If not, I'm gonna have to remove them as well. Alright, change of plans. I wasn't able to. This hole is not big enough for the shifter box to come out of there, so I'm gonna take this Phillips screw and this other Phillips screw out, and then I'm gonna pry this side and pry this other side panel right here. I almost forgot about this, so you gotta take this panel out too. Don't forget about it, or else you're going to break your interior panels. You don't want to break them, especially these black interiors. They're very sought after and very few of them. Alright, so we got two Phillips screwdrivers here, one on this side, one on the left side right there. Kind of see it right there. Alright, so take those out, and that will be all, I think, to free this panel out. Alright, change of plans here. I'm just gonna take the whole center console out just for peace of mind, and in order to do so, you gotta remove a screw that goes here and another one that goes on the other side, and you can just freely lift this up. Now it's got some plastic screws right there, some plastic retainers right there, but they will come, they won't stop you from lifting this up, pretty much, at least I guess. So now the issue is here. Oh, there you go, you gotta close it in order to take this out. So let me pull this out real quick. It's pretty easy. You just lift your e-brake up, and that will give you enough space to pull the back up, and then it's going to free the front, and then you just slide this out and up like so. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed. It's doable though. Don't forget to pull the 12-volt cigarette lighter from the back right here, and then you'll be free to go. Alright, so I decided I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I got plenty of space here to take the shifter box out. Now it's free to go. Look at this nasty thing right here, bro. Probably previous owner spilled some drink at the cup holders, and look the way it is now. So comparing the base model RSX shifter box, you can clearly see there's no difference at all. Also here you can kind of see how this one it's got less play. See, this one moved by itself, so this one is tighter. See, now look at this one. It's crazy the amount of play this had. See the opening right there compared to this one, just barely nothing. But this though, it's gonna make such a big difference. Can't wait to install it back. But first I'm gonna have to take that dirt out, or ashes, I don't know what that is, but I'll do that and I'll come back whenever I'm going to install this. So I'm going to clean this, and you know, before I forget, let me bring the Accord shifter box and the 8th gen SI shifter box to kind of test fit this and just, you know, take that out of my mind, because that was like a question I had for the longest time now. Here you can clearly see the differences that the stock shifter boxes have. So for example, this is the 8th gen SI shifter box, which is the tallest one, and the way the cables are located is different than the ones for the RSX. So in the RSX, when you go to first, this arm pushes the cable forward, and then with this other side of the cable also pushes. So on the TSX slash Accord slash TL manual shifter box, when you go to first, you actually push this arm. So this arm are on the opposite sides from the Accord TSX and TL compared to the EM2 RSX and I think the CRV. So see, when you go to first, you go to the left, the arm pushes forward, then you go forward. And when you go to first on the Accord TSX transmission, when you go to first on the Accord TSX transmission, you go left, and then this arm pushes forward. See? And then you go forward. But this one, it's got a thing here on the bottom where actually when you go forward, this thing pulls the cable back. So it's kind of the opposite. See the motion right there? So I'm gonna go to first, boom, it goes back. Then I'm gonna go to second, see, it pushes the cable forward. So it's kind of different than the RSX, whereas you go first, pushes the cable forward, and if you go first on the TSX, it pushes the cable backwards. All right. So for the 8th gen, so they deleted these arms and they went ahead and placed this, I don't know what is this called, but it plays that roll. It goes up or down, and then this, if you go first one, it pulls the cable backwards, just like the TSX shifter box. And if you go second, it goes down and pushes the cable forward, just like the TSX. Alright, so there are the main differences of the shifter boxes right there. Now, bolt alignment. In my opinion, these seem to be the ones that are more similar to each other. And I was thinking maybe they could line the bolts. Maybe. No, they don't line the bolts. So they're missing for millimeters. So I could align the first one, but the second one it's off by a little bit. Third one though, it's off by a lot. Same thing with the fourth one. So it's not gonna work as a straight bolt-on replacement for the RS6 shifter box. Alright, plus the cables are different. There you go. Let me see if I could line this bolt up right here. I was able to line the first one. If you could at least line 2 of them bolts, should be good, I think. If you could line 2 of them corners right there, it should be good to go if you are on a budget. But other than that, they won't be a straight plug and play replacement. Alright, so going back to what we were doing, I'll clear my, so you know, just let me put the ATN in just to kind of see how it lines up. Shut up, City. Matter of fact, why are you listening to me, City? That ain't cool. Unpolite robot. Matter of fact, why are you listening to me, Siri? I haven't talked to you. You're weird. Alright, so straight up, this is not gonna line up. So the shifter is gonna end up on your cup holder hole right there. And nah, straight up, this is not gonna line up. So away with the shifter boxes, let's get back to the business, man. God, place your bets. You won't believe me what this is. These are not ashes. These are not ashes at all. This is not what I thought it was. Whose hairs are these? Place your bets, place your bets. So for y'all wondering what the hell that is, this is plastic dust. So this is the worn out shifter box dust right here. So that's the plastic. So after 20 years of shifting and wearing out, that's what I ended up with right there. A pile of plastic dust. Damn, that's a lot, bro. So the shifter box is on its place where it belongs. I just need to bolt this down and place the shifter cables back on its place. Lower the center console. So as you can see, it's nice and snug. It's not gonna go anywhere. So next thing on the list is to place the cables back on its place. We put the retainers. So this is one of the retainers. It goes from the left, from the right to the left. Can't believe I just dropped it. Alright, second attempt. Make sure it fits through like so. And it's gotta sit flush in a pocket right there. It's got like a kind of pocket right there, and it's gonna sit flush. So now you put a retainer right there. There's one. Where did the hairs keep popping up? Alright, so next one. Cable right here. And I remember I had a washer somewhere here. This is the washer. As you can see, it's got a bushing. It's a plastic bushing. So let's place them. Make sure you don't drop it. Place the retainer. This came with the bushing replacement kit that I bought. I think I bought it off Amazon or eBay. I can't remember. It's already making difference. Now what I'm left with is placing the 4 bolts on the shifter box and hold it in place. So I'm gonna skip this part, take you to the next part. So last one, it's tight. All right, time to put, what is this? Time to put the cup holders back on its place. Just let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything from here. All right, their clips are right there. Forward, so this is got like a direction. So forward, should be facing this way. I'm not sure why. Kind of looks the same both sides to me. All right, there you go. Now I'm gonna have to feed the shifter boot through these holes right there. Can you see them? Well, I gotta feed them through those holes right there, and then I'll just put it over top, and I'll put it zip tight on the bottom. That way this thing doesn't fall to the bottom. Bless me. All right, we'll do that. We're gonna do that, and by the end of the video we're gonna be placing the hybrid racing shift knob over top, and we're gonna call it a day. With a flathead screwdriver, carefully work your way around this circle to take this chrome trim out, and always be paying attention, listening, and taking care of your actions, just gut reactions. You don't want to break this thing and then having this hole around. Just take care of this piece. It's gonna take care of you. All right, so once you fed it through the holes, it's gonna look kind of like this. And if you got a stapler and you want to make this more secure, you can staple this like so. I'm not going to do so because I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one for long. I know I'm saying that, but I had this thing for like a year already, but now I might play around a little bit and make my own shifter boot, maybe out of another material. I don't know, that would be subject for another video, and let's just keep it like that for now. So put the chrome trim over top. I'm trying to figure out which one is the front and which one is the back. So I think this is the front and that's the back. Just place it over top like so. That's how it's looking right here. I know it looks kind of ghetto, not the prettiest, but it's gonna do the job of holding the shifter boot. And I'm just gonna try to put this up a little bit, and as I'm tightening down the shift knob, it's just gonna go down along with the shifter boot collar. All right, time to put this back. You kind of want to align it to where it find its own place right there. There's some bugs right now. All right, then that's it. Let's put the shift knob on top. There you go. Ooh. So it still got a little bit of play, but that's normal on R6 shifter box. But are you going to compare that? I so much rather have this than having this, bro. Look, see this thing more close up. I know it's kind of moving too, but let me hold this. Let me hold this thing, bro. See? Now, this. So to me, it makes a big difference. See? It was so warm, bro. Now this thing feels crispier. Hell yeah. Feels 10 tons better. And also, I am preventing premature wear by putting some marine grease. So it's grease designed to be on water, basically. All right. So that being said, man, I want to go out and try this thing on the street. I know it's not a performance mode that I did, but I just want to try and see how it feels driving on the street, man. You know what I'm saying? I got this, and I gotta take this out of my head now. All right, so come along with me. Fantastic. This is how it ended up looking. In my opinion, pretty good setup right there, and nothing wrong with it. See high beat racing right there. And overall, just looking way better than having that big hole right there without the shifter booth. Also, it's not like I'm going to say it's such a big difference on the field. I haven't even driven it yet. But I want to go out and for a couple of blocks and just get the feel of it. You know what I'm saying? 5th, 6th. Yes, much better. I can already feel the difference going into reverse, because I had to really fight it to get in reverse sometimes, and I think that's why sometimes I would grind it. But now I just want to make sure, and I just want to get like a taste of the replacement shifter box. All right, so let's go out in the street. Beautiful. Now I can go in and out of gear without issues. Plus, I would say it feels smoother. I know this is not a performance part replacement, it's a stock by stock replacement. But yes, if you were doubting if a 5-speed shifter box will fit on a 6-speed transmission, yes, it will. The difference is on the shift selector up in the transmission. So yeah, it will work. It will configure itself. It's gonna be fun, okay? Alright, so let me see. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th verse. No grinds. That sounds sharp. Hell yeah. That thing sounds sharp, bro. That deserves a rip right here. Nice. Hell yeah. Alright, so I think that will be all for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, you know, leave me your thoughts down in the comment section right here. Don't forget to follow me on my TikTok. I will be recording different videos now that I got a 360 camera. I just need to get a mount to put it on the back of the car, and I'll be recording some 360 footage as well. That being said, thanks for tuning in again. Share this with your friends, family, your pet, your fish, your cat, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your grandma, you know. And
Peace.